What up, YouTube? This is DavidLeeT back again with a new video. And today, since it's Halloween weekend, we're going to be taking a look at my scary movie slash horror film collection. These are all somewhat, well, some of these you could argue that they're not scary movies like Alien, but it's more of a nostalgic thing to me. It scared me when I was a kid, so I decided to include it. But this is 10 years of me collecting horror films and films in general, and I just haven't gotten rid of any of them over the years. Just kept collecting. And since it was Halloween weekend, I figured I would get in the holiday spirit and share these with you guys. So let's go ahead and get this started. This will probably be two-parter because I got so many, you know. But anyways, we'll go ahead and start this. Okay, the first one we got here is The Haunting, starring Catherine Zeta-Jones, Liam Neeson, and Owen Wilson. Pretty cool. The next one here is Tommyknockers. This is a Stephen King film. It's pretty good. Classic. Next one here is Leviathan. Stars the guy that played RoboCop. It's actually really good. You guys should check this out. It's a classic. Next we got The Visitors. I believe this is a Italian film. It's actually really good. It's from the 80s. I recommend this to you classic horror fans. Next we have Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. Big fan of this film. Loved this when I was a kid. Really good in my opinion. Next we got The Army of Darkness. This is Evil Dead 3. It stars Bruce Campbell. This one's more funny than it is scary like the first two, but it's in the Evil Dead trilogy, so I had to include it. Next we got Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, also starring Bruce Campbell. One of my fave classic scary flicks. Next we got Ginger Snaps 2, Unleashed. This is a werewolf film, a Canadian werewolf film. Most people don't know this is a Canadian film. Actually really good. One of the best newer werewolf films in my opinion. Then we got Ginger Snaps Part 1. Stars the same two girls from the second and third one. Actually pretty good too. I really enjoy the Ginger Snaps series. Now on to the next stack here. We got Candyman 3, Day of the Dead. That's pretty good. It's got that hot chick from Baywatch in it. Pretty good. Not as good as this one though. Candyman 1, absolute classic. And it says the scariest film since Silence of the Lambs. Pretty cool. I wish they made more than 3 of these. If anyone knows they made more than 3, please let me know. Next we got Friday the 13th 10, Jason X, Evil Gets an Upgrade. I went to the movies and saw that. Pretty wicked. Next we got Friday the 13th 9, Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. Pretty awesome, one of my favorites. Next we got Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Really enjoyed that one. Next we got Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. I thought it was pretty cool. Next we got Friday the 13th 6, Jason Lives. Next we have Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Then we have Friday the 13th 4, The Final Chapter, one of my favorites from the series. Next we have Friday the 13th Part 3. This is when Jason Voorhees first discovers his hockey mask. A lot of people don't know that. He doesn't get his hockey mask till the third one, and he doesn't become the killer till the second one. The first one's his mom. Speaking of the first and second one, we got Friday the 13th Part 2 and the original Friday the 13th Part 1. This also stars Kevin Bacon, the guy from Footloose. Now we'll go on to the next stack here. We got The Relic. Really good film in my opinion. Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs ups. We got Alien 4, Alien Resurrection, starring Sigourney Weaver and Winona Ryder. Probably the shittiest of the 4 original ones in my opinion. Then we got Alien 3. I felt this was really underrated. I enjoyed that one. Then we got Aliens, the best of the series in my opinion. Stars Lance Hendrickson, big fan of that guy. Then we got the original Alien. Really, really good, great film, very suspenseful, very eerie. Really liked it. Since I included Alien, I had to include Predator. We got Predator 2 and Predator 1. Personally, the first one's my favorite of any of them. Schwarzenegger, or basically Terminator versus Predator. Awesome in my opinion. Then we got The Mothman Prophecy, starring Richard Gere. We got Dreamcatcher, based on the Stephen King book, starring all kinds of stars. And then we have Pulse, the original from the 80s, starring Joey Lawrence. You remember the guy from Blossom? He's like, whoa! I know some of you guys remember that. Come on. But there's that stack. We'll move on to the next one here. First one we have here is Poltergeist 2. Really good. Really love the Poltergeist series. Oh, that's Poltergeist 3. Excuse me, my bad. Then we got Poltergeist 2, The Other Side. Really cool. We got Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. That guy's just wicked, dude. Totally wicked. Pinhead. Then we got Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. That one's pretty crazy, man. Then we got the best of the series, in my opinion, Hellraiser 1. This one scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, dude. Totally scared the shit out of me. Really, really good. If you guys haven't seen this, it's Halloween weekend. Get on Netflix, go to Blockbuster, Redbox, whatever you gotta do. Check that shit out. Awesome. Next we got Child's Play Part 2, Chucky. Then we got Child's Play Part 1, the original. Probably the best of the series, in my opinion. Really, really love this film. I'm thinking about watching this one tonight. Then we got Leprechaun, Back to the Hood. Total cheese fest. Then we got Leprechaun 4 in space. The stuff they come up with, you know. Then we got Leprechaun 3 in Vegas. We got Leprechaun 2. And we got Leprechaun 1. For the next one here, The Exorcist. Just awesomeness. Love this movie. We got Wes Craven's The New Nightmare. We got Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. We got Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. We got Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. And Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1, the classic, starring Johnny Depp. Next we got Halloween Resurrection. Then we got Halloween H2O. Really good in my opinion. Then we got Halloween 4. I believe this one's Paul Rudd's first movie. I'm not sure. It might be The Curse of Michael Myers. Well, no, it's this one. Yeah, The Curse of Michael Myers. The dude from Forgetting Sarah Marshall and a couple other films. He's in 40-Year-Old Virgin, I believe. I'm sure some of you know who I'm talking about. Then we got Halloween 2, The Nightmare Isn't Over. Fantastic. Really, really enjoyed this one. And then we got the original Halloween, Michael Myers. Next, we got Children of the Corn Part 1. the only good one in my opinion. The rest were garbage in my opinion. Then we got the original The Fog, John Carpenter flick. Really good. If you guys haven't checked this out, pretty good classic, dude. I recommend that. Then we got The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis. This is arguably not a horror film, but it was kind of scary when I was a kid, so I decided to include it. Then we got The Curse of the Blair Witch. This is the uncensored investigation that takes over where the project left off. Pretty cool. Then we got Stephen King's Graveyard Shift. Pretty cool. Here's Johnny, The Shining. Oh yeah, classic. Village of the Damned, a John Carpenter's film. This stars Superman, the original Superman from the movies, you know. Christopher Reeve, really good in my opinion. We got Stephen King's Misery, starring James Caan and Kathy Bates. Next we have Critters 3. Then we have the original Critters. Also, Critters 3 stars Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm pretty positive this is his first film. It's pretty cool. Then the original, really big fan of the original. Then we got John Carpenter's Vampires, starring James Woods. And one of the Baldwin brothers, I can't remember which one. Then we got Dean Koontz Phantoms. Ben Affleck was the shit in Phantoms, yo. I know y'all remember that from Jay and Silent Bob. Then we got Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. Really underrated horror film, Pumpkinhead, starring Lance Hendrickson. You guys got to go check that out, dude. Really, really love this movie. Then we got John Carpenter's The Thing, one of the greatest films of all time. Then we got The Howling, one of the best werewolf movies. We got Tremors. I know this isn't technically horror, but I don't know. I loved it when I was a kid, and it had its kind of scary moments when I was younger, so I decided to include it. Then we got the Psycho remake. I believe this is the one starring Vince Vaughn. Yeah, it is. Pretty cool. Then we got Night of the Demons. Pretty wicked. The unrated version. Then we got Scream Part 1, starring the Minx, Neve Campbell. Scream Part 2. And Scream Part 3. Also, we have Tales from the Crypt, the movie. And we have Tales from the Crypt's other movie, Demon Knight. I just need to get a Bordello of Blood, and I'll have all three. But, well, no, I'll keep going. I was going to stop it, but I'll keep going. Next, we got Friday the 13th, Killer Cut. We got The Uninvited. I really, really enjoyed this one. Jason actually running after people. I thought that was awesome, dude. I'm sure a lot of people that love the classics is going to hate on this one. But personally, I thought it kicked ass. Next, we got The Uninvited. An American Werewolf in Paris. I have An American Werewolf in London, but my nephew's borrowing it. Next, we got The Crazies. Fear Thy Neighborhood. Or Fear Thy Neighbor. Excuse me. Next, we got Daybreakers. Really good, in my opinion. Paranormal Activity Part 1. What Happens When You Sleep. Great film. Paranormal Activity 2, the unrated director's cut. Really good too. They Live, John Carpenter film starring Rowdy Roddy Piper, the old school WWF wrestler. We got The Hills Have Eyes 2, unrated. We got Poltergeist Part 1. The guy that done the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre done this. We got Silent Hill. A lot of people hate on this. I actually really liked it. I don't care if it's like nothing like the game. If it's got good effects, a decent story, and it scares me, I'll enjoy it, man. Next we got the 30 Days of Night. Really, really good vampire movie. Really love this one. Next we got Sasquatch Mountain. Pumpkinhead Ashes to Ashes. And Pumpkinhead 4 Blood Feud. Texas Chainsaw Massacre The Next Generation, starring Matthew McConaughey. Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, starring King Koopa. Rest in peace, Dennis. And the original, restored, remastered 2-disc Ultimate Edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1. Then The Ruins, unrated. Next we got An American Haunting, unrated. Then we got Mirrors, unrated. The 28 Days and Weeks series, really good. The Strangers, great in my opinion. The Last House on the Left, unrated and theatrical. Ginger Snaps 3, The Beginning. Or Ginger Snaps Back, Part 3, The Beginning. Another Ginger Snaps Part 2, Unleashed, The Curse is Back. Wolfman, probably the most hated on movie after the year 2009, besides Transformers 2. Personally, I thought it kicked ass. I'm a big fan of the old one too, but I like the new one as well. We got Stephen King's Pet Sematary Collector's Edition. We got The Skeleton Key, that voodoo. We got the unrated The Descent, awesome. We got The Descent Part 2. Altered. Pandorum, highly recommend that. Wrong Turn. Cursed, the unrated version. 13 Ghosts. And The Exorcist, The Beginning. Now on to the last stack here. Next we got a 4-film pack. Leprechaun, Pumpkinhead 2, Wishmaster, and Wishmaster 2. Next we got Automaton Transfusion, unrated and undead. Next we got Feast, unrated. I highly recommend that. Next we got The Orphanage. Alien vs. Predator 1. Alien vs. Predator 2. And Predators. Night of the Living Dead, the 1990 or 1989, something like that, remake starring Candyman, aka Tony Todd. Man, that one is dusty. I ain't watched that in a while. Resident Evil Degeneration. We got Night of the Living Dead 3D. It's actually pretty good, man. I recommend that. Next we got Land of the Dead. And Day of the Dead. I need to get Dawn of the Dead. I thought I had that shit. Next we got Quarantine. Then Evil Dead. Love that movie. The Eye, starring the beautiful Jessica Alba. Wolf Creek, unrated. Yeah, this is totally underrated, dude. Love this movie. The Mist. Really, really good film. You guys go check that shit out. I really, really enjoyed that. I watch that like once a year, dude. That's how much I enjoyed it. Next we got Trick or Treat. Probably the best horror anthology since Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt. I'm sure this isn't for everyone, but if you guys want to see something cool, it's basically, like I said earlier, Creepshow, but a lot newer, a lot better effects. Highly recommend this. Next we got Unrated Director's Cut, Drag Me to Hell. Awesome. We got Vacancy, really good. This is kind of like The Strangers. Then The Haunting in Connecticut, based on true events. Bram Stoker's Dracula, a Francis Ford Coppola film. Fan-fucking-tastic. Best Dracula movie of all time. Except for the original. Then we got White Noise, starring Michael Keaton, aka Batman. We got White Noise 2, nowhere near as good as the first one. Hatchet, old school American horror, unrated director's cut, great. Hatchet Part 2, unrated director's cut. Slither, that shit's pretty funny, dude. Pretty wicked too. We got the new unrated director's cut, Halloween 2, Family is Forever, a Rob Zombie film. Vanishing on 7th Street, Stay in the Light. Then we have the new Amityville Horror, starring Green Lantern, aka Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds. Then we got A New Level of Terror, P2. I'm sure a lot of you guys never heard of this. I highly recommend this shit, dude. If you guys lasted this long in the video, please do yourselves a favor and go watch this. It's not like thunderously gory or nothing like that. It's more suspense than anything. But trust me, some of you guys will really enjoy that. And lastly, and probably the shittiest of them all, The Village. Totally overrated. I thought this was just a big pile of horse dung. But if there's any fans of it, I apologize. Anyways, that's my horror film collection, you guys. I figured I would show you guys since it's Halloween weekend and we're in the mood for or most everyone's in the mood for some terror and horror. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the video being so long. Thanks for all the support. Thanks to all my new subscribers. You guys rock. And as always, be easy, baby. Happy Halloween.